good morning, welcome back to Bill's Moto-Vlog. And although we're very briefly heading west here, it really is only briefly. We're going to be eventually heading very much to the east. But I wanted to set off this way just to let some local riding community know what's going on. We're on the tank road here and heading towards where you turn off either Richmond or a bit further on Bellaby, and it's down here that the new sandwich van is, and it's the people that used to run the cafe at the Manor Farm. They now have a sandwich van here. It's Tuesday to Saturday. I think it's 7 till 2 and then 7 till 12 on a Saturday. So wish the folk all the best with that venture. Just see the van coming up here on the left. Shame for the biking community because we've lost somewhere to sit down, somewhere to shelter if you're an all-year rider. Here's the van there on the left, and obviously no Saturday afternoon or Sunday service, and also no loo, which matters if you're of a certain age like me. Anyway, here we are now heading back towards Richmond, actually heading east along Swaledale, and this is a lovely bit of road to ride on, but beware of some of the bends that are quite sharp, and so you need to have your wits about you to make sure you keep the tyres on the road. As long as you're doing your observations, there's no reason why that should be any great kind of problem really. So here we are now coming to the outskirts of Richmond, and if you're wondering why I'm doing a voiceover, it's because I'm trying a new camera position out, which hopefully is going to provide some better pictures without all the head movements. So I'm just doing a voiceover on this one, and if it works out, I'll get the audio synced up from the microphone in my helmet. Here we are, just coming into the outskirts of Richmond, and I wanted to show you this because there is some motorcycle parking in Richmond, which Freddie Dobbs didn't spot, and as far as I know, I don't think you'll have any trouble from needing a disc parking here. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think you will. But you need to sort of fiddle your way around the town, look for the marketplace parking, and you sort of go down the hill in a southerly direction, and then we're going to be turning right here to go up into the market square. And once you have turned right here, you very quickly come onto the cobbled market square just at the top here. So we'll turn right and go up past the castle that you can just see there, famous Richmond landmark. And at the top of the square, past the market building, which is on the left there, we come to the motorcycle parking. So I'll put a still on of the motorcycle parking so you can see where it is, and certainly in the summer there's quite often quite a few bikes to see there. A little bit later on I was joined by a rather nice old Honda, which I managed to fail to get a picture of. Okay, so onwards then, we're going to leave the square through the one-way system that actually gets us back onto the main road a great deal quicker, and then we'll head out of town, and my plan is to work my way up the hill and turn right towards Brompton on Swale, which you can see just coming up to the turn here. I thought I'd put that on so it was clear for everybody. And this bit of road fairly quickly now takes you out of Richmond with a good view of the castle coming up on the right, which you'll not be seeing from this camera view, but you'll have to trust me, it is there. And as we descend down, we pass that building there, which has certainly got a railway connection, because we're crossing a point there where the Richmond Railway branch used to cross over the Brompton on Swale Road. Eventually we pass under the A1M motorway here. That's a pretty obvious landmark, and it's not long before we reach the traffic lights at what was the old Great North Road. Now I'm going to take a slight detour here. I'm just going to briefly turn left onto the northbound section of the old what was the old A1 or the Great North Road. I'm doing that just because as we pass the caravan place just on the left here, just beyond that there's a right turn goes up to the council refuse department, and that's where the railway crossed the line there on our level crossing. And then further on, a bit more history. In the distance is a brick-built building. You can just see it now in your 12 o'clock. That's the old GPO relay station where the amplifiers were presumably amplifying the telephone calls that were going up and down the country. It's long since ceased to be that. We've now got fibre optics, and the fibre optics superseded microwaves. So back to those lights, and then we're going to turn left now towards Teesside, also signposted North Allerton, although we're not going to turn there. And then we're onto a really nice bit of riding road, and very quickly we enter the village of Scorton, not to be confused with Scotton or Scruton, which are both villages in the area as well. And there's a cricket pitch in the middle of the village green here. So if I was Henry Cole, I'd say it was quintessentially English. Actually, it's quintessentially Yorkshire. In fact, it's probably a bit more than just quintessential. It's a bit of a religion, I think, cricket in Yorkshire. So that's yeah, rather nice in Scorton. But then fairly quickly, once we're out of the 30-mile-an-hour restrictions in Scorton, we're onto some really nice bits of riding road that take us west. And you can certainly make progress here. It's a nice road, but the good news is it's not all straight bits. There are some rather nice bends. So here's a selection of them. Definitely ones to make you think about your position on the road and speed, etc. But they're nice road to ride on. And I'm quite surprised at this point on the ride not to have seen any other bikes so far on the road. That is, I haven't met any. I do eventually see one a bit further on. And then we quickly come to a sharpish left-hander before we briefly make a right turn onto the A167 southbound here. And then after we've made that right turn, maybe about a mile on the left, you pass a petrol station, which has always got reasonably priced petrol, and we take a left here back onto the Teesside Road, and then we're again back onto some really nice bits of riding road. Certainly it's a bit of road that I enjoy riding, and there are plenty of bends to keep you occupied. And again, some of them tighten, so you've got to watch your line. Certainly picked a nice day for the ride, so can't grumble about that. And then it's not too far along here, some nice bits of road you can make progress on, but just beyond there we have some more sweeping bends, and in the distance now you can see the village of Walsall on the side of the valley there. A nice little twisty bit before Walsall, which I always enjoy riding round. And then as we come into Walsall, surprisingly, this is where I met the first bike on this section of road. Did see some more later, but so it was good to see one. So good morning to the gentleman going the other way on two wheels. And then it's not very long before we start meeting the outskirts of Yarm. This is Yarm railway station. Traffic lights on the narrow bridge. So I think this is a good point to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed a bit of a different ride out, as I've headed east for a change. And if you like the video, please click like and subscribe. That'll really help. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. And I'm going to finish by just mentioning, just beyond the roundabout that I'm approaching at Kirklevington, if you take a right turn just after the roundabout, that'll take you to the Grange, which is a cafe, and it's a cafe run by the inmates of the prison at Kirklevington Grange. And that might sound a bit surprising. It's an absolutely excellent cafe, well worth a visit, so I'd encourage you to do do that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.